All right, everybody, it's the Two Dudes podcast with Rick and Kevin. I'm Rick, that's Kevin. We got another good one here for you. What's good, Kev?
Shit, trying to stay dry. It's raining like a mofo outside, like it's a typhoon or something.
Gotta love it.
And so that makes me worry because, I'm not too far from Indian Creek, and we had some genius high schooler, graduate or whatever, or a 19-year-old decide he want to put his foot in the water and got swept up by the current. They found his body a day later. So I'm
Mm,
hoping nobody else does that insaneness.
wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know why people be thinking that they Michael Phelps out here.
yeah. We don't need any more negative news. As a matter of fact, today we're gonna have a bunch of good, wholesome, fun stuff for everybody. And a lot of it's football related. Thank God,
Just a
football is
bunch of
almost back.
laughter.
Uh,
Eh, I don't know. We can say almost or what. I don't
well,
know.
this show is dedicated to you. Do you know why?
Why
This
is that?
show this show is going to be heavily, heavily Chiefs heavy.
I ain't gonna be cheese heavy.
I've got two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 topics, and five of them pertain to the Chiefs. I'd say that's Chiefs heavy.
Possibly.
I mean, believe me, I'd enjoy it more if it weren't, but as the host of the show, I've got to, cater to everybody, even them Chief fans. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have a Vegas heavy show. Who knows? Maybe one day
Yeah,
we'll
talking about a
we'll record
casino.
in Vegas.
Talking about a casino. I can see that.
I want to talk more than about one. I want to be at one. Hit
Yeah,
that right number. I want to
yeah,
hit that
key
number.
word. Like I said about casinos. Yeah.
hmm Yeah. Anyway, check it out. Let's start off with around the NFL though.
Okay.
Players are opting out left and right, especially in New England. What's your thought on players opting out? And keep in mind, if they opt out of the season due to whatever, they still get a base salary of anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000, depending on the risk level.
I mean, for some, that's pocket change. For me, that's pocket change. 300,000. What can I do with 300,000? That ain't gonna change my life. The ones that's opting out, I get them props. I get them credit. They putting their family first. Like like Marquise Goodwin said, he putting his daughter in front of himself because you don't want your baby to get it. You don't want a baby to get COVID at all. So I
No,
don't blame him. I respect it. I think it's a little extreme to say for the whole season. They should at least get them like maybe 6 weeks for when the season starts to be able to come back. To opt out for the whole season, that feels excessive to me. But they got their reasons, so I respect it. I'm not gonna knock another man's decision, although I think some of them are just being hoes. But a lot of them are doing what they feel is best because they saying it's for their family. And if you got little kids, I support it wholeheartedly. But if you single, what do you why are you doing it? Now you look like a real bitch. So it just depends on what your reason is.
do you think this because a lot of these players are from New England that are doing an opt out? I believe they have five right now. You think it hurts New England any?
It doesn't because you haven't heard it. Hightower is the first one you heard, so it hasn't been no big name player. Probably been like a backup or a third string that Belichick made was go cut anyway. So it hasn't been a core player to the system outside of Hightower. He's the first one when it comes to the defense, and he walked away from a decent little check. So he's probably gonna get that 300.
Now that reminds me when you said a lot of them would get cut anyway, because I was listening to our good friend Pat McAfee.
Uh huh.
Love that show, by the way. He made a very interesting point. You have until I want to say August 3rd to opt out, and you automatically get the check. So even if you were going to get cut, you could walk away with a check if you opt out now. So a lot of these guys that probably think they might get cut may opt out anyway and sit a year and get paid. That's
I can
kind
see
of
that.
that's kind of a good thing for them because they'd
It's a
be probably sitting at home anyway, only
it's a
not getting
win-win.
paid. Yeah.
It's
Um
definitely a win-win for them.
Now I'm not gonna lie, if it was me, I'm playing. But then you talking to somebody who's never made more than $50,000 a year ever in his life, compared to guys that's a game check, well, less than a game check. So some of them can't afford to
That's a
opt out.
quarter.
Exactly. So if you ask me, hey Rick, would you play? Uh, Where do I sign? I'm in.
Well, see, for me, I wouldn't because of my kids. But if they didn't exist, I'd be out there in a heartbeat
I
because
love
it's
my
just
kids
me.
too, but hell, I'm gonna take that. Hey, uh, we good. Daddy'll be home at the end of the season. I wouldn't put him at risk. I'll be gone for a couple months and come back with a big fat check. I'll take that
So
chance.
basically, what you're saying is you would just outright separate yourself.
Yeah, I'd put myself in a self-imposed quarantine from my family. I'd take that kind of hit for a couple months. We're in the digital age. You want to talk to me? Zoom meeting? You want FaceTime? There's too
Hmm.
much technology for us to not be in touch. So that's not a problem. In the
Okay.
meantime, check the bank account. I got some money wired to you, baby.
Well, you wouldn't have to wire to it. You could just deposit it. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying that for dramatic
I ain't
purposes.
talking prison like. But you know what,
No, and she wouldn't get the password.
man? I could do it like that. I ain't think about it like that.
Yeah, because there's so many different ways that you can protect yourself or the ones that you love. And it's not like you're going to be gone forever. I mean, you start training camp in August. Most teams are back home at the end of January. If you plan for all the marbles, you're back home in February. So
And
I take the hit.
9 times out of 10, if you think about it, 9 times out of 10, you play in another city that you don't live in.
Right.
So you already got a spot, and you can just tell them, "Hey, this time y'all not coming with me, and roll the kids here. I'll be back when the season's over."
Exactly.
Yeah, you
And
know what? So I take that back. I'm rolling with you on that one. I'd go ahead and play. I would just be like, "Hey, I can't see out till the season's over, and when the season's over, I need 2 weeks after that to make sure I'm good." So
exactly.
I'll see y'all after the Super Bowl.
And a lot of these guys, they roll with a group of men with them. I'd have one dedicated to cleaning that hotel room. I don't care how clean the hotel room is. Make sure before I arrive, before I check in, make sure our room is disinfected and it's all good.
So that's the thing. I wouldn't even rent a hotel. I find the apartment, pay for it for the year, find a furnished apartment or whatever,
Nah, but you're
studio or
on the
something.
road though. I'm talking about during with the road games.
Oh, okay. I see you saying roll game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
have an
that's where you gotta
apartment.
hope. You gotta hope the NFL would do that.
You would hope, but just as a precaution, you making all this extra money, I can kick one of my boys down a little bit to make sure he cleans and disinfects everybody's room, just
No,
to
I
be
don't think
sure.
I don't trust any of my boys to do that.
Oh man, see, the way I would do it, let's say you got two or three of your homies with you. You got three rooms that you renting while you're on the road, or not renting, but three hotel rooms every night. I would say, hey, clean room A, B, and C. I would not tell him which room each one of us is getting. That way he don't slack off in everybody's room except for his.
But see, your first mistake. This is where you're. Yes, I can tell you've been broke. The first mistake. You Antoine Walker in it. You traveling with too many people to where you go be broke. And they say Antoine Walker would travel 10, 15 deep, and be in the penthouse, everybody in the penthouse room. Damn that.
Bro, don't Antoine Walker me. I'm more like Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob. I didn't say I'd pay these brothers a lot.
It don't matter. You paying for rooms and no. if I travel with an entourage, I'm in the penthouse. Best believe y'all on the first floor.
Who said anything about the penthouse? We only there for the night. We got a game tomorrow. We staying at the Hotel 6.
I gotta be comfortable.
All I need's a pillow. I'm comfortable.
You know, a game like mine's so good. I need all the comfortability I can get.
Oh, is that
I
how that
need
works?
I need room service. I need comfortability.
Well, maybe you should get a spot on the Chiefs because I want to know how the Chiefs had $1.77. I'm sorry, $177 and some pocket lint in Brett Veach's pockets, and they was able to get Mahomes' deal done and Jones. You know, the last time we had a show, we celebrating. Hey, Mahomes got his deal. He $500 million richer, and then Jones got signed, and that team, for all intent and purposes, has got everybody coming back except for the doctor, who, you know, decided Canada is a much better place for him. What's the deal
Bitch.
with that?
What? Which one you want? The doctor or you want the
Gi-
salary cap?
Give it to me one, two, whichever way, whichever order you want.
All right. First, the doctor. I lost respect for him. All props, excuse me, him being a doctor. All the reports coming out. He want to help with COVID. He want to help find a cure. He's saving the motherfucking world, and he comes from the NFL. And he run the Super Bowl champion, the Chiefs. All that look great. That's great clickbait. Great. Then as you read further and you read harder, you find out he's nothing more than a orderly at a senior center. Unless you find COVID and some depends, you ain't doing nothing. Just say outright, it's safer in Canada than it is for me in the States. That's all you gotta say. Don't lie, bro. You wasn't making nothing but 2.7 anyway. You on the, I assume you're on the last year of your deal. That's all you gotta say. But instead, you letting these papers make it seem like you saving the world. You on a committee or something with all the countries. You UN, this, that, and the third, like you with Black Panther or something. You ain't doing nothing. You wiping ass and changing diapers. And probably picking somebody up with your big ass. That's it. I lost respect for that. I can't respect that. So
Damn.
that was trash. You know, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe he didn't put that out there, but he didn't stop it either. He could have corrected it.
Yeah, he
He
could have.
chose not to. Because why? He liked the narrative that was given to where it looked like he was a superhero. Just because he had on red and yellow don't mean he was Superman. Don't mean he was super anything. He was super bogus is what the hell he was. Now, as far as our budget, yeah, we had 177,000. But we went to Vegas and we bet on black. And it actually won something for a change. Then we walked away with a bag full of money. You know, my girl looked good. She looked like a bag full of money. But now, all jokes aside, what really happened, we moved some things around. Sammy Watkins restructured his deal and went from 14 mil to 9 million. A couple other people restructured some deals. They gave us money. But the thing that benefited us and that they said, and I forgot about, like old boy from Robinson, the receiver. It was reported that he was going to the Giants, go be their number one receiver. Never happened. A couple other players, they going here, they going there. Never happened. This was a bad year for free agency, all said and done. Ask Clowney, because he's still out there. A lot of players couldn't get what they wanted, so therefore, you got to go back to your old team.
Yeah.
Luckily for Robinson and others, they didn't talk trash. So there was no grovel or anything. It was just simply 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year deals handed out. Now, next season is going to be interesting. So once we took care of them, we trimmed the fat on some things, restructured a couple more. That's when we looked at Pat and what made sense. And when it came to Pat, we gave him a deal full of incentives and stuff. Once we did that, sky's the limits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what helped us, he got a lot of initiatives, bonuses, stuff like that. That's go do what it needs to be done, and nothing that hits the cap instantly. You know what I'm saying? And by him not taking as much, because I remember when they heard 503 mil, one year a lot of people say, "Oh, he could have got more than that," but he didn't take more than that. By him not taking
And
more,
that's where I'm going to commend him on that. He didn't just get all greedy. He didn't say, "Oh, I can get, you know, X amount. You know, I can do whatever. I'm the Super Bowl winning quarterback." He didn't get the big head. And you know what? I can't stand them damn Chiefs, but I respect the hell out of him and Kelsey. Uh, those are some good, fine, upstanding citizens.
now, and he said out the gate, if he had his choice, he wanted to be with his teammates having fun, kicking it. And he showed it because once the deal was over, of course, he texts parents this and the third. First nine, I say, family member text he sent was to Chris Jones and was like, I left money on the table, get your deal done. And what happened a week later? Chris Jones' deal was done.
And you know
That
what? That says a lot about Mahomes because in this me society, you got to ask yourself, how much is enough? I mean, if you offered me $100 million for 10 years, that's a big chunk of change, let alone 400 or 500 million. So, yeah, he probably could have got more. But how much is too much? How much is enough? I think he set a good precedent, and it's going to send a message to the rest of the league. Hey, you don't have to overpay. I mean, look at Jerry Jones.
was the thing. It's not about overpaying. It's just he got close to his market value. The thing is, everybody knows that deal's 10 years, but within 5 or 6 years, it's going to get redone.
True.
So it's just like you take care of him from now on to where he'll make about 40 mil a season, which nothing wrong with that. He deserves that. Hell, some will say he deserves 50 a season. You need to take it with a grain of salt. You move on.
Now, the good thing about, when you making money and you a public figure in the community, a lot of people love it when you put money back into the community.
Yeah,
And this brother did more than put back into the community. He's a financial partner in the baseball team.
but here's what I hate though. I hate that they say now he's part owner. He's part of minority ownership.
Right.
Let's put what it is. He more than likely gave a couple 100,000, and he probably got like 5% or something.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less. Let's stop reporting it like he done got 50% of the team when he did. But also, let's not forget his first love is baseball.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law, or my brother, since they brother-in-law, I hate that. My brother Mouth made a good point. At some point, don't be surprised if he don't pull an MJ and he's in the Royals farm system
Hmm.
toward the end of his career, more than likely. I'm pretty sure right about now, it's probably in his contract that he can't play baseball. But once he gets older down the line, he can play baseball till he's damn near 50, 60. And he's always going to be in shape. So it's one of the things where don't be surprised later on down the line if he ain't up to the plate taking the bat for the Royals.
Well, remember, he wouldn't be able to get on the team as a part owner. So you'd have to hear reports first of him selling his part of the team.
Well, there's ways around that. Prime example, Patrick Ewing, coach of the Hoyas. Go Hoyas. That's my squad since he was there. He has his own his shoe line, just had the third.
Mm-hmm.
But the Hoyas have a deal with Nike and Team Jordan.
Yes.
He had to, let's say, freeze his ownership and put it kind of like in a safety box, basically, to where he's not active while he's the coach.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
more than likely, Mahomes will have that same option. He won't have to sell anything. Only thing he would have to sell that if he was about to be an agent or play for somebody else, then he probably would have to sell. But if he's playing for the Royals, he just have to just put it in neutral. Let it still do what it does, but it's just he's not at the meeting making decisions. But I mean, but I give him credit. He let you know that he's here to stay. It's like I told you when I text you, this is what a franchise quarterback does. Now, I feel bad for that little town in Texas that he's from, because you know he ain't doing half that there.
No.
You know, if anything, he's probably doing something at Texas Tech. But that said, you know, everything he's doing is Kansas City related, which I love it. And at the same time, he treated himself. I don't know if you saw the pictures floating around. He got a nice ass Ferrari.
I have not seen the car yet.
I had to find this in yeah, he got a nice tinted out, blacked out four-door Ferrari. That mofo is nice.
What color is it?
I believe it's black.
I'm sorry, what color? Even he knows better.
No, he just trying to get low. You know, he's so damn bright. That's all that
Hmm.
is.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Hey, one more about the Chiefs. Because, I've been hearing all this talking from one Tyreek Hill, and I want you to help everybody set the record straight. Because my question to you, are the Chiefs painting a target on their back? And yeah, I know everybody who wins the Super Bowl, quote unquote, automatically has the target on their back because they're the champs. And the only way
Yeah,
to get to the top is through them. But are they
correct.
doing any excessive talking, or is it all much ado about nothing?
Okay, here's the thing. You know I love you. You know you're like a big brother to me.
Right.
You and these other dumbasses need to realize a troll versus actuality. Twitter is troll 24/7.
But
He
remember,
was trolling.
Brady trolled him after that. And that's what started
Yeah,
this.
and that's the thing. Brady's so dumb, he don't realize he was trolling the league. He was trolling fans, period. Because all people ever say when the word dynasty comes out, they mention two things. Jay-Z's bitch ass because of his Dynasty album, and the Miami Heat, where it's like, not two, not three, Count Chocula. And I bet no, none of them bitches eat that cereal. So they automatically tried to put him in that box. So what does he do? I'm going to troll him. He been trolling all damn week. When he tried to do the race with T.O. and Chad was like, I ain't running. T.O.'s punk ass came out and ran. Now T.O.'s calling the Chiefs. Y'all need me? Y'all need me? No, you old ass nigga, we don't need you. If we need you, we'll call you. Because as soon as you take a hit, your ass is done. Your hip go be broke, and we're going to have to pay for that shit. Go make somebody else pay for your damn hip. Go back to one of your teams that you played for, because they all need a receiver, real talk. You got speed, yeah, you got it. Go. Because matter of fact, Deion Sanders made a comment about he would take T.O. on his team, this, that, and the third, and something about man up, man next, or whatever. T.O. goes, that's a challenge. Dion, I accept that challenge. Man next. T.O. ain't nobody challenge you. Sit your thirsty ass down. Acting like a bitch at the club. Oh, you go buy me No, I ain't. I'm buying me a drink. I ain't buying you one. Sit your thirsty ass down. And all you thirsty motherfuckers, because y'all hate that we won. Yeah, it took us 50 fucking years to win. But we finally won. All you motherfuckers hate it, and every little thing y'all want to try to do whatever y'all can to just piss on it. This how the champions feel. I'm gonna be done with this shit next season when we win. But if this how it is to be a champion, I know now. He was trolling. If you like I said, I sent you the link to prove it. When he did the interview with Jalen and Jacoby, he was reserved, he was calm, he was sitting down, he was talking with intelligence to let you know what needs to be done. Completely a 360 from Twitter. Twitter's nothing but trash talking. You got 152 characters. You can't explain what you gonna do next season. It ain't possible. It
And,
ain't
and that's
possible
that's
at
the reason
all.
why I brought up the question though, because it ain't about what us fans think or what we want. And yeah, as fans of other teams, we don't give a damn about you. We don't care about your team. We're glad you finally won a Super Bowl after 50 years. Hopefully, it don't take you another 50. But if you don't, we ain't gonna be crying about it. But I'm talking more from the standpoint. Remember our boys from Fox Sports that you love so much.
First
That's
off,
sarcasm right there.
I don't like nobody at Fox. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Only Fox I deal with is Fox 4 in the morning. Shout out to them funny motherfuckers. But as far as hey, where my sandwich at? You said you was making me one. Oh, that's cold blooded. That's cold. Hey, people don't have daughters because they'll send you up the river, think you about to get a sandwich. Then they'll walk by with a sandwich for they sold. Then come back and say, "You didn't ask for one." When she said, "Daddy, I'm about to make you a sandwich," I was like, "Cool."
She's like it. She's like it was good too.
Do I need hearing aids? Okay, wait till you ask for something. I'm gonna tell you then if I need a hearing aid. Okay, let me get back focused with these two motherfuckers. Yeah, I don't like Fox. No, Fox is so thirsty to find a way to beat ESPN in any form of a rating that they're just gonna say anywhere. Marcellus, you're trash. You've been trash. Once you said your nickname was that dude, you was that trash. And the other one with the African name, I don't even know where you even came from. Apparently, you played in the league. You played about as good as I did because ain't nobody heard of you. You got notoriety when you got with the chick from that dumbass TV show on HBO, and you couldn't keep her because y'all ain't together no more. You just fucking up all around. Just to keep your
Wow.
job at ESPN, you done went to Fox. You struggling, bro. Because
Mm.
that ESPN was letting you in the door, about to give you the keys to the city, and you go to Fox because Whitlock's gone. You and your agent make piss poor decisions. Y'all make piss poor decisions in life. Because it ain't always about the cash, it's about the longevity. But as far as that, Fox wanted to make something out of nothing because one, they like I said, they made a big deal about the contract that Mahomes signed. He ain't gonna never see this, never see that. It's the NFL. You don't never see anything when it comes to these deals. Why are we acting brand new about stuff? But again, today's day and age when it comes to sports, small markets are never supposed to win.
But
Well,
to their point, for the guys at Fox, I mean, they have played in the league, and they know how hard it is not just to get there, but to get back.
here's the thing though. Wrong answer. They don't know how because they never reached it. You got to reach it to know. They don't know.
Ouch. Good
They
point.
just know how to get to the league from college. That's it. Like I
But
said, Marcus Wiley went to Dartmouth or something. And that made him look bigger than what he was. Because, you 6'5", 1,000,000 pounds, athletic, up against a bunch of square ass white boys that don't know shit. So of course you go look dominant.
that's true.
Take that over to the Big 12 or the SEC. Let's see how. You can't make it. What? You're in the CFL. Oh, my bad. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Um, I just think that they also had some valid points. Not saying that they know 100% because you're right, they don't because they haven't gone to the mountaintop. But every year, with the exception of them cheating ass Patriots, it seems like there's a brand new cast of characters in that AFC title game and the NFC title game. Um, Not saying that it won't happen again this year. I cannot predict the future, but
Here,
I
here's
do know this. The point that sticks out that they made to me was they had a lot of games where they came from behind and that they
yeah.
started off 6-4. Um, I think if they get in either one of those situations, it will be harder to repeat. Not saying they can't do it, but it'll be harder. For example, if they get behind to like Tennessee again, I think Tennessee will play a little bit tougher. If they get behind to Houston,
Tennessee, Tennessee won't play tougher because they coach is a dumbass.
that's true because
Babel thinks
they
he's more
blew
than
that.
what he is. Remember what tree he came from.
Yeah,
Remember what tree he came from and how he felt disrespected when he got traded to Kansas City from New England. So he ain't gonna do no better. He don't know no better. Well, see, here's the thing about it though. Yes, it's hard to repeat in any sport, but look at history. Look at history literally across the street from the Chiefs. When the Royals had they run from what about 2012 to 2016,
Mm-hmm.
they was in the playoffs, conference championship, or they were in the World Series. How did they make that happen? The nucleus of the team was still there. Go back to the Cowboys when they won they three. How did they get all theirs? The nucleus of the team was still there. Only change they made was head coach. And when they
Right.
switched to Barry Switzer, what did he do? Oh, I ain't stupid. We running Jimmy's offense. Buffalo, when they went 4 straight years, nucleus of the team was still there. Lakers, Miami, Chicago, the nucleus of the team, if it's still there, you already had the upper hand. Every game ain't gonna be easy. Hell, who say you gotta be a top 3 team to win? You could be a 6 seed as Baltimore showed us in 2000. Then they showed us again in what 2010. You could be a 6 seed
Bro,
and run the table.
you preaching to the choir because you know who the first team ever to win the Super Bowl as a wild card was.
No, I don't care.
I know you don't care,
Dolphins.
but I'll let you know it was the Oakland Raiders. But that's neither here nor there because you know we got a good
That's when
season
that.
coming up.
That's
I'm
when
sorry.
that great. That's when that great chief Marcus Allen took y'all there and then came to Kansas City.
I'm sorry. No, Marcus Allen did not come to Kansas City until the '90s.
So
But
you admit
anyway,
he was a great chief.
no, I just said he was Marcus Allen. It didn't take much. They put him in what goal line situations, so he was racking up touchdowns like it wasn't
Hey,
nothing.
he set the bar on what to do with a retiring running back.
It wasn't like he
Ask
was.
Jerome.
It wasn't like
Hey,
he was Christian Okoye running around in there running over people. Now
ask Jerome Bettis. Had they not had the Marcus playing, he wouldn't have got that ring.
that's true. That's true. Hey, but I'm gonna go to another topic here, but I'm touching back on what you were talking about with oh boy from Fox Sports. You
Okay.
said he went to Dartmouth, and I sent you the link last night. The
Uh
I
huh.
am athlete debate. I don't know who the chick's name was that was arguing with Channing Crowder, but she did not get the point,
She was
and
lost cause.
she felt that two things she felt that one, she felt that if you go to an HBCU, historically black college or university, that put her at a better advantage than those who did not. I'm gonna call bullshit on that in a minute. But the other thing she was saying was we need more athletes to go there. That way, uh, they would give them more opportunities in the league, and it don't work like that. You have to have exposure, and it's about money, and that's what Channing Crowder kept trying to say to her. I mean, it got to the point where I'm like, can this debate go on any longer? She's not getting it.
See, the reason why she's not getting it because she was nothing but a student. So she got praised academically. Nobody asked her, what was it like when you graduated? How long did it take you to find a job? When you
Hmm.
graduated, did you graduate with honors? Or was you a graduation of 500 and you a student 300? Nobody asked her that. Those are the questions people need to start asking. Because I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna break it down on how her argument was mute and how I'm doing my best not to call her a dumbass. Trying not to call her a dumbass, but she's getting in the dumbass board.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call her a dumbass because I understand how passionate she was about trying to get more great black athletes into historically black colleges. That's cool and everything. But she's one of those people that no matter what you say, no matter what kind of point you make, her answer is the right answer and she doesn't care about your answer. And that's where she failed. At that point, there was no way that anybody was going to make her see. Man, Fred even got up and he tried to calmly rationalize with her and tell her that no, it doesn't work like this. It cannot work like this. Here's the reason why. She wasn't having it. And where she pissed me off was the fact that she was just so adamant that because she went to the school that she went to, it made her a better person. No, because you buckled down and did your work. That's what made you good. You could go to an historically black college, you could go to a major university, you could go to community college. It doesn't matter. As long as you put in the work and you determine to make something out of yourself, you will succeed. And that's all there is to it.
Okay. Let me first say I agree and disagree with what you said. I agree that you can make yourself a success, but well, first let me say for people that watch or whatever, if anybody question the validity of what I'm gonna say, I did go to Grambling State University for 3 semesters, majored in political science, minor in pre-law, and ended up graduating from Avila with a political science degree. Now you're probably wondering why didn't I stay? Most black colleges don't have, they're not equipped with everything. They don't have a strong suit of what, of every major. So therefore, when I was at Grambling, they were known for nursing, criminal justice, and engineering. Had I known that, I never would have went. And that's the problem with all the black colleges is they're not equipped or strong in every field. My Avila degree has more weight than my Grambling degree would have had. My Missouri Western degree probably would hold more weight than a Grambling degree because they're somewhat known. At the end of the day, your resume is just in a stack they pull and call on their wheel. When you go to a black college, if you're not going to dedicate yourself to finish in the top 10% of your class, you're wasting your time because you're going to struggle to get called upon to get a job because they're going to look at you and just wonder who, what, when, where, how. Is this real or is this fake? Did you go to Kinko's, make this up? Does this school really exist? Because 9 times out of 10, at the end of the day, it's white America. White America knows nothing about where you went to school at. Now, if you went to Appalachian State, they know about that. They
Yeah.
don't know about Grambling. They don't know about Southern, Tuskegee. They don't know about what is it? She was the HUs or whatever, Hampton. Or
Now, before you go any further, let me clarify. I'm in agreement with you there. When she
yeah.
said it made her better, I didn't think she meant it works for everybody.
No,
She
she's
said
trying
that
to
it made
she
her better, and she
no,
was trying
she's
to justify that.
illustrating. No, that's the thing. She was illustrating if you go to a black college, it will make you better. Because she says that she finally was the majority, not the minority.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not America's fault that your high school or middle school, elementary school is predominantly white. That means your parents gave you the best opportunity they could give you. And instead of you embracing it, you turned your nose up to it because it wasn't black educated. Education is education. Out the gate, schools let us know how important black education is because they only do it for 1 month. And nowadays they do it for like 2 weeks of that month. So that lets you know how important black education is. And going to a black college, you're not going to get a job. There's not going to be many jobs around black education. I'm sorry. Unless we get another brother in the office that makes some shit like Brock did to where we ended up with the African American Museum, there's not going to be too much of anything. So all this pro-black, this, that, and the third, some of that shit got to get hung up because
Right.
it defeats the purpose. The point she's trying to make is she wasn't this, that, and the third, and she was the majority. But what did you do to benefit the school? What did you do to uplift the school? Because if you just got your degree, that didn't benefit the school. Yeah, that shows one more person if they do some numbers. But outside of that, what did you do? You telling Brandon Marshall he needs to donate 50,000. That'll help the school. Why does he have to donate when he's probably, like he said, I could have 100 people working for me that I'm taking off the streets. That's helping the black community right there. See, their whole thing is they want to dictate how you help the black community if you got money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like us broke asses, oh, if we donate $10, oh, thank you. Then, but if I was Mahomes, oh, we need you to do more. You can do more than that. Why dictate him and not dictate me? If you go dictate, do it across the board. And what
Right.
she fails to realize is them 100 people off the street could be more effective than me paying for giving the college money. Because I cut you a check for 50 G's, how do that just ain't gonna pay somebody's salary? If I give you 50 G's, that's not improving the school. It ain't guaranteeing what it's gonna do.
There ain't no guarantee that 40 of that 50 will even go to the school.
Hey, because prime example, when Grambling got all this shit, they did Doug Williams wrong, fired him and kicked him out. Them gym conditions was horrible. They were terrible. But you want somebody to donate. The first problem is, why is nobody taking care of what they had to begin with? These coaches need to care more. Players need to care more.
Yes.
The directors of the school need to care more. Prime example. And I went to Grambling. This is how people know I went to Grambling, because they question. I stayed in Douglas Hall. This is how horrible Douglas Hall was and how outdated it was. When I checked in, they gave me a nozzle for the shower. You know how you make it hot, cold? They was like, this is how you operate your shower. I just can't go in there and turn the shower on. I had the nozzle. And then one day, because I went to the gym, took a shower, came out, I forgot my nozzle, left it in there, went back, it was gone.
Damn.
Couldn't get another one. So I had to start taking showers in my cousin's dorm or whatever. So then I went to Drew Hall, another one. Elevator never got fixed. Only elevator I ever been in to this day, to where you hear it going through all the motions, the door open, you still on the same damn floor.
Damn.
Luckily, my friend's on the third floor, and I ended up on the third floor. Never tried to take that elevator again because that was too crazy. Then, we had our walls were separated. They phone lines got crossed somehow. They let the downstairs know. They told them, hey, just change phone numbers. Then you go in there, you got a fucking community bathroom to where you could treat it like a rest stop. You could pull up, walk in the side entrance, go to the bathroom. Got literally 3 walls with about 4 shower heads on each wall. No separators or nothing. Like you in fucking jail. Dorms are so trashy. The divider where we use the bathroom at, you can see them shaking. So where one day, I guess them bitches fell, they took them down, never put them back up. Who wants to take a shit with somebody right next to you and there's no divider? Who's gonna take a piss when there's nobody there next to you? But you want me to donate 50,000 or something like that? When stuff like that could be taken care of. You got maintenance for a reason. How is the whole dorm going to hell, but the intramural building look pristine? Man, get the hell up out of here with that. I don't expect no millionaire to donate to anything if you're not keeping it up as it is. If they want money, I tell you what, like Shannon Sharp said, he went to Youngstown. How Youngstown go charge him to come back and get his degree when he put them on the map? He should get his degree for free. But he said, like he told him, go play Alabama. They gonna give you $500,000 to play them. You may lose 70 to nothing, but you got a check for $500,000, and that should go a long way within that school. But they won't do stuff like that. But they want me to open my checkbook and write a check. Man, go somewhere with that. I'm not about to take care of nothing you're not taking care of. I tell my daughters all the time, if you don't care, I don't care. And I don't know if you care unless you show me you care. So if it's poor conditions throughout this whole campus, Why am I gonna care? And then you charge as high as tuition, but you're giving low budget education. We literally had this teacher to where I was told she was handicapped. If you help her from the car to the room to the classroom once or twice, you're guaranteed to pass. So I said, I'm gonna test this theory. I know I wasn't coming back. I didn't give a fuck. I know I at least had a C in her class. Helped her to and from. Stopped doing work. Got a fucking B plus.
Wow.
But this is stuff you want me to donate to. Half the black colleges in Louisiana about to go because they losing state funding. That's sad. But at the same time, if you can't get people in your own state to go, why should I come? It's like Tech Nine say, if you can't get hot in your city, why are you traveling somewhere else? So if anything, you need to focus on your state.
And see
Focus
that
on your state and
that's where
focus
she was
on your
also
alumni.
wrong. This is where she was also wrong. She was saying, "Hey, y'all could have went to this school or that school and still showed the league that you can come from a small school." I know she used Jerry Rice as an example. How do we know that's not the only school Jerry Rice could have got into? We don't know. And here's the
It's
other thing. You let's say you were a big football star and you went to Grambling. And would you have had as much exposure if you went to USC and you had
nope.
an offer to go to USC? Which one are you going
All,
to take?
only exposure you gonna get for Grambling is the Bayou Classic, and they don't even put it on NBC no more. It's on NBC Sports. And if you don't have NBC Sports, you ain't gonna see it. If I were to make that Jerry Rice comment, that's asinine because the question should be how many players have came from that school since Jerry Rice. And what do Cheerios look like? A zero. That's how many have came. As I said, you know she's not an athlete because she doesn't know. What she fails to realize is you need exposure to get to the league.
Yes.
You need exposure for a person to want to come. If you don't have it, nobody's going to come. And that's what she fails to realize.
Yeah, and like I said, we have nothing against any of the historically black colleges. Love them. But
I don't.
you got to
I hate
play
them.
the game
No,
the
I
right
hate them.
way.
I'm going to be straight with you. I hate them because you made a mockery of what could have been great by not trying to stay great. You too busy just, oh, it'll take care of itself or we'll rely on the state. Everybody on this whole, we need to have our own, we need to have our own. We literally got our own institutions and didn't take care of them. Then we, as you want to say, he's a white man, you wouldn't beg the white man to fund you. So how can I sit here and be like, I can't do it. I don't love black colleges for the simple fact that you're not doing your part. You basically let this go to shit because you waiting on somebody to save you. If you want somebody to save you, the same way Avila every 3 weeks to a month invite me to some elk steak dinner at $75 a plate, you should be doing the same damn thing to all your alumni. But instead, you don't do it. You don't do that shit at all. Improve your education, improve your teachers. You got teachers that graduate, hire them to teach there. It's just like you're not making an effort to improve what you got. You just kind of just floating along, just like we good, we good. No, you're not good. That's why half of them about to get shut down. And when they get shut down, I ain't gonna lose a bit of sleep because they caused it on themselves. It's like the only ones that actually doing something for real is, of course, you got Tuskegee. That's probably gonna be a staple because in Atlanta,
It's an
and you got,
institution. So yeah.
yeah, that one, and not Hampton, but what's the one she was talking about?
Morehouse.
Yeah, Morehouse and the other HU or whatever. Then you got like North Carolina A&T, Tennessee State, and like Arkansas Pine Bluff. Those are the ones that like really doing something. All these other ones, they trash. They about to just fade to the wind because they're not making efforts. It's like you could easily Do all these channels out here? Why the SWAC ain't don't have a TV deal with somebody? All these cable channels, y'all ain't making an effort. Y'all ain't meeting like y'all supposed to and doing constructive things. See, this is where the black version of the good old boys club is failing us.
Mm-hmm.
All them old motherfuckers on these boards and directors, they need to go. You need to put the youth in there to fix it. Like she had vigor, she had fire in her. She
Yeah.
probably can get some stuff done. She needs to be one of those at the forefront to revitalize the black college. Because otherwise, if not, my kids are 14 and 12. I guarantee by the time Kaylee graduate, black colleges will be down to like a 5% ratio because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. I know people go see, oh, he hating his other. I show the fuck am. And if you think any differently, holler at me. Because I'm sorry, I done been there, I done done that. I have families that have been there and done that. And all of them feel majority of them feel the same way. It doesn't benefit. It don't do nothing. It's sadly at the end of the day, it's trash. It makes no sense. I can go to a junior college and get better education than I can from my people. And I'm not saying I want an average education. I just want an education. If they happen to be a black college and there's black teachers, that's even better. But sadly, that's not the case. I get a third-rate education from them, but they give me first-rate bills. You rather 3 semesters I went to Grambling, I had to take 2 loans every semester, and I ended up coming out to where it was like thing like 30 plus thousand in debt for 3 semesters. That's how unnecessarily expensive it was.
You know
When I
what?
went to Mo West cost me a semester. No, grammar semester probably about 12K. To go to Mo West for a year was like half of that. When I went to Avila, it was probably say about 2 or 3 G's more than Mo West. Black college cost me that much more, and I got that little education from it. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm gonna say this before we close it out. Um, I'm 100% in agreement with you as far as the way our people handle stuff. We always say we want equality, we want equality, we want our own, we want our own. Um, Going back to them BET awards, that's a sore subject for me. We don't need our own because we can't handle our own. I don't know who it was, but they had a very good example. They said that when we have stores in the hood or, places to shop or places to go, they get run down really fast because we don't take care of them. But you see these Oriental people with these nail salons, they have two things in common. They keep them up and they are not for Oriental only people. They open it to the public. And that's the idea of having a black owned business. Just because it's black owned shouldn't mean black only. Because when
Yeah,
you open it up, you get more out of it. When you
yeah.
keep it closed and contained, it will never grow.
That's just as bad as around the corner from me, there's a hair store. Asians own it. We got blacks working, and they got cameras on them 24/7 as if they rob them all the time.
Damn.
Priceless.
All right, let's switch subjects. We're almost done here, but I want to talk about the dumbasses of the week. And I guess we got multiple ones because you and me were talking. I got one, you got at least one or two. Who do you want to start with?
Now go ahead, just spitfire it out.
I'm gonna start with mine. Dana Stubblefield, the ex 49er. Bro was convicted of raping a woman and he's facing life in prison. And not only was he convicted of raping a woman, he was convicted of raping a disabled woman. How low can you go, man?
I have nothing to add to that. Once you said she was disabled, I have I I have nothing to add to that.
And from what the report says, they believe that he used a gun during the act. And
Yeah,
the
he was
person the person is, like I said, is disabled. They were incapable of giving consent during the act. So
Just
minimum
like
15 years, but it could be facing life.
just like old boy that played for the Saints that was on TV. You on TV, you making good money. Super Bowl champion. You're not an ugly dude, but you date raping, drugging chicks to get what you want.
Well,
Hoping
she
to,
went to his house under the perception of a job interview.
you Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, you deserve what you get. In breaking news, I just got a text that said uh, Damian Williams opts out of this season for the Chiefs.
Does that help or hurt Kansas City?
It actually helps. That lets me know you and your feelings because of that draft pick from LSU.
I was getting ready to say that because you knew he was
Somebody was
starting.
worried about you didn't want to outright lose your spot, so instead you just go give it up. So this is what's
Wow.
about to make this NFL season that much more interesting because we got a couple days to the third. It's about to be a rush of people that's about to opt out.
Yeah, I guarantee you it'll be quiet tomorrow. It may even be quiet on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's gonna blow up.
Monday really gonna be crazy.
Yeah, when them last minute names come in. All right, that's my dumbass of the week, Dana Stubblefield. Need we say more? We hope that after something like this, they put that dude under the jail. He almost made me curse, but I'm keeping the jar change free today.
All right, this is why I got Kyrie as a dumbass of my day, week, however you want to put it. Kyrie was trying to get players say the hell with the bubble, leave the NBA, let's start our own league. Nobody was feeling that. Kyrie got left high and dry on that. Everybody pretty much ignored Kyrie. Now you want to get attention and say you donating $1.5 million for the WNBA. You trying to get attention, bro. You don't sincerely mean that. Just your attempt to get around the NBA and start your own league fell flat. Now you trying to troll like you care. Because if you cared, you could have did that a while ago. You know the WNBA situation financially. You ain't going to no games. You ain't showing no support. Now all of a sudden, you the you the ambassador for the WNBA. Man, get your bitch ass out of here. You just trying to stir some shit up, trying to get some free publicity, and you only did $1.5 million. Dude, you got $100 million deal last time I checked. You could do more than $1.5 million to make sure these players is taken care of. You did enough so the bare minimum for them can be covered for those that opted out. I can't respect that. And people say, oh, well, at least he's doing something. He ain't really doing nothing. That $1.5 million ain't nothing to him. That's probably money left over from Uncle Drew. That ain't shit. Or like, I can't respect that. I mean, if you're really trying to do something, bring a 10 spot to the table. Put 10 mil up to make sure they good. Talking about a funky ass $1.5 million. Do a 10 spot to where they're good beyond, you know what I'm saying, to where they ain't got to go play overseas. If you go help them, help them.
Right.
All right, we can go to the next one. We'll close out with that one.
All right. I just got one more thing to close it out with. And the only
Okay.
reason why I'm bringing this story up is because several shows back, we learned that Kevin Manning, his dream car growing up was a Lamborghini.
Yes, sir.
And it says here in this headline, Florida man fraudulently obtained $3.9 million in PPP loans and used some of it to buy a Lamborghini.
Smart man.
All right, for
Smart
people
man.
that don't know what PPP loans are, those are the personal paycheck protection program loans from the government. So I guess he committed bank fraud knowingly, and since he knew he was going out a fugitive for the feds, he decided to buy a Lamborghini with it.
I say again, smart man.
So I'm just gonna tell
Right.
you, hey, if you want that dream car, Go on ahead and apply for some PPP loans. I don't know when or if they'll catch you, but if they do, you'll be riding away in style.
See, my first problem is, and you gonna laugh at this, I gotta dust my memory and remember how to drive a stick because I ain't drove a stick in so long. So before I
What?
make that type of illegal roundabout, I gotta get my stick game back up so I can drive a stick. Oh, then
And
I'm on
remember,
435 rolling.
remember, with Lambo, most of the sticks, the clutch is not even on the floor. It's on the
I
steering wheel.
know. Yeah, so that right there, that hand-eye coordination. Well, I'll get it. Then I'll be on 435 rolling, avoiding potholes and shit
Bet you
on
won't
a
be getting
family
away from the police
barbecue.
like OJ in that.
I
You're gonna be
will.
driving fast.
Without a doubt. They won't be able to see me. Ghetto bird won't be able to keep up. It'll be, I just pull up at the house like it's nothing.
I ain't mad at you if you pull it off. Just let me know. I want to get some film on it. All right, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to go out with, or
All
is
right.
it Lou?
Now that's it. We can do the last dumbass. Now, the dumbass ain't Lou Williams. Cause hey, you saw that picture I sent you of that play. I was in
Yes.
there for them wings too. That was a nice play. That play right there, I was like, good job, Lou.
Now,
I
if I'm
made you
correct,
want some.
they
Hey,
named it after him.
yeah, exactly. He on the motherfucking menu. And he's there just that much. At least he young, single, ain't got no idea of cooking. I want some motherfucking wings after seeing that. I want to go to a wing place. Hey, can you recreate this? But here's the thing. Grandfather passed. He got approved to go home for it. Because, like we talked about with the football players or whatever, the black collar stuff, he's more than likely the financial provider for his family. So
Hmm.
therefore, can't have a funeral if the money ain't there. So the money need to come home. Because he probably got nobody in the family. He could just wire money so they'll take care of business, which is sad.
Right.
And then on top of that, you don't want to just give it to your assistant because your assistant probably ain't got no connection to the family. So he had to go home, handle business. On his way home from handling some business, he stops at Magic City to get what looked like some delectable ass wings. They didn't even mention the fries. Fries look good too. So he was like, well, they want from a nigga. So he stopped, got him some wings, some fries, a little dipping sauce. He was like, hey, yo, I was like, hey, we good here. So apparently one of the homies want to, man, do this for the Twitter, that's the problem. Motherfuckers you kick it with want to snapshot everything for a moment in time. Bitch, you are not Whitney Houston. Quit worrying about moments in time and just enjoy the time. So, and the thing is, you have to walk through all the buck nakedness of the strippers to get to the restaurant part.
Right.
So he could have been sitting adjacent to all that. But if you go to a wings, if you ain't going to if you ain't going to Popeyes or churches, especially if you're going to KFC, you gotta wait till your chicken's ready.
Right.
Chicken is never ready, but you would think it would be. It's never fucking ready. So I'm assuming he's sitting there waiting on his wings. Cause remember, that was a delectable box. I don't see that order being ready.
It looked real good.
Yeah. So I don't see it just boom, here you go. I don't see it being ready. I'm seeing them, hey Lo, I wish you'd have called ahead of time, but just chill for a minute. We'll take care of you. All right, I'll be over here in my usual seat. Because he probably got a usual seat. So in the midst of him waiting, snap, put it up on Twitter, hurry up and takes it down. League finds out about it. Court, you tell me you got to do a 10-day quarantine because he went to the strip club. He was going to do a 10-day quarantine regardless because he was out. So that right there was just stupid. So he in the quarantine and everything. And on first take, Bomani, my homie, Kendrick Perkins, and Max Kellerman, the two dumbasses, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, was talking about it. First off, Bomani was like, I'm from Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta. Parents been there 10 years. I know this. I've been waiting 22 years for this debate. The wings aren't that good. You go there for the food. You're going to go there just to grab a bite. That's what you're going to do. Max Kellerman, I find it hard to believe someone will go there just to eat and not pay strippers any attention. That lets me know you are whiter than white and you don't understand that culture. As much as you was around boxing and you've been around some niggas in boxing, I'm sure, you done been to a strip club or two. Otherwise, you're not who I thought you was, and you're playing nothing more than a character on TV. The Kendrick Perkins, with his old denture looking like having ass, he was just hating because he never had the balls to do something like that. Because he was a first round bust ass pick that wanted to stay in the league as much as possible, so he never rocked the boat. And like Lou Williams said to him, I've been in the league 15 years, ain't never got in trouble, ain't never had no issue till now. Perk, I'm gonna say it how you wanted to say it. Shut the fuck up. Go keep doing your ESPN job and just shut the hell up. Because you was with a team that should have won it all, but because you was trash, you couldn't help them win it all. Shut the hell up. You was the most non-factor first round pick, wannabe tough guy that's about as tough as Sherman I've ever seen that always got something to say. Shut the fuck up. Talking about it. Lou Williams had killed the trust. What did he do? Ain't no picture, ain't no video of him went on. Because when that came out, don't you think people would have flooded showing what he was doing there? Ain't nobody showed nothing because they said that part was closed anyway.
Right.
So he ain't did nothing. All he did was went and got some wings. You and I both know when it's something that you want, something that you want to eat, you will go where you want to get it. Like me,
Oh
if
yeah.
I wake up one day and I want some bomb ass wings, I'm going to Peanut on Metcalf. I'm going to the Peanut off the Plaza to get my damn wings. And that's way out the way to go to either one of them because you know where my house is at.
You're right.
So like you go where you want to get what you want. Like my girls, if they decide they want some ice cream, we going to Dairy Queen. There's only two Dairy Queens to choose from: Raytown and Grandview. Ain't neither one of them around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you got a ways to go.
yeah. So I need for Max to shut up and realize he don't understand black culture. Molly do because she sleep with Jalen. She told him, Max, just let it go. Just shut up and let it go. Because Jalen probably told her, that's what we do. We'll go to the strip club and some of the food there. Females have said some of the food is better in the strip clubs than at most restaurants. I've heard Jamel Hill say that shit before. So I'm going to need Max to just get off his old man shit, get out the rocking chair, act his age, and shut the hell up. Because you
I'm gonna
talking
need
like
them.
Skip.
I'm gonna need them to just take Max to the strip club one day.
He
That
ain't
way his
worthy.
eyes will be open.
The way he was talking, he ain't worthy. He ain't worthy of that at all. I wouldn't even take him to a strip club with bullet holes. He ain't worthy of that. He ain't
Damn.
understanding the culture. He's all that boot scoop boogie type shit. He that country club white boy. He ain't ready for that. That would just totally mess his world up. The next thing you know, he'll be like Will Ferrell and Get Hard, to where he first black chick he meet dancing, he marry her. Then Max Kellerman be on the corner broke, but she done left his ass. I don't want that to happen to Max. I feel bad as that helping. He on the corner trying to debate people for change. No, man, ain't nobody debating you. The light's green. Get out the way. Max Kellerman? Bullshit. Nah, it was stupid. It was a stupid subject. And like Bomani said, I didn't even want to talk about this. I want to talk about Black Lives Matter, not why did he go to Magic City for wings? Who cares? No one cared. It's like who was it? I forgot who it was this morning that was talking about it. And they was just like, so is the NBA go with them being in this bubble, are they about to try to dictate everything these players do? If so, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
If so, every player, black or white, need to get up and leave the bubble and be like, fuck it, I'm done. Because you can't dictate what people do. Now, if he went and there was no such thing as his grandfather being sick and he out there wilding, then yeah, you need to handle that. But that wasn't the case at all. We both know that wasn't the case. Yes, that was just, they was on one for no reason at all.
Well, hopefully this subject will be a wash from this point on. It shouldn't come back up. Should have never came up, but I feel you on that.
Yeah, just stupid for no reason. Yeah, but I will end it by saying I would go to Magic City for some wings over the stripping because the wings I saw were great motherfucking A.
I will say this. Sometimes you see a picture of food and the picture makes it look better than what it is.
Uh huh.
You know how packaging is displayed, on boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that these are just as good as they look.
Yeah. This is how you know I felt the wings was good. Never once did I say what flavor were. I was just like, damn, I need some wings.
Damn,
You
you
know
got
what
a
I'm
point.
saying?
You got a point. When you look at them and you don't care about what flavor, you just want a bite,
Yeah.
you know they're good. All right. Before we go, I just want to let everybody know if y'all need to get in touch with us, please don't hesitate to email us. The Two Dudes Podcast at yahoo.com. The number two dudes podcast at yahoo.com. We'll answer any questions, uh, any subject that you want to hear us talk about. It ain't got to be sports, it can be politics, race relations. You can ask the most obscure question if you want to. Uh, you could choose to be anonymous, or we can mention you on the air. It don't matter. We down for anything. We'll talk about anything. We appreciate everybody that listens to the show, and uh, that's all I got. Kevin, you got anything else before we take it on out?
Let me correct something.
Okay.
We're not down for anything. That's not a
Talking
damn orgy or something.
talking about anything.
Yeah,
Talking
we're
about
down to
anything.
talk about anything because I'm 42 years old. I ain't got time for no swingers, no shit like that. I'm
No,
retired.
no, no. We don't
I'm
get down
42
like that.
retired.
We don't get
Yeah,
down like that.
yeah, like I said, I'm 42 retired. Oh, and before we close out, we usually do my job update. We didn't do that. Let me do that.
Okay. Right now, we supposed to be your job and the workout situation, the health situation.
Okay, workout is cool. I feel like I need to start over. I don't know if like I'm missing something. I don't know, but it's going. You know, I'm just ready to get back to the skinny me. That's what I got to learn to increase my patience from my impatience. You know, I got to you fight that mental fight.
Well,
But
remember, as long as you doing what you need to do, remember that I think it's either the second or the third day of August, phase two of that workout thing starts.
uh-huh.
So
It's
you'll notice the difference.
yeah. So so I look forward to that. Now, as far as the job, I share with you. Um, I'm still in the process of legal matter with the one that let me go. That's progressing, but they're dragging their feet. They're trying to stall me out. We already talked about that, but I'm not going in depth on that. Just as being you off air.
Yeah.
I did last week send my reached out to a company that does developmental medicine, which we're we've been stuff like that or whatever.
Hmm.
And I am proud to tell you, they was like, we don't have anything. We'll keep you on file. It's one of those like Vincent and Associates. They won't tell you what they got open. They just want your resume. I was
Hmm.
like, all right, okay, cool, whatever. So I get an email yesterday. Hey, we want you to come in for an interview in 3 weeks. I mean, can we do it sooner than 3 weeks? I'm kind of bored. But but I do have an interview in the near future in about 3 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. I'll still be applying to other places, but it's good to know that that's at least on the horizon.
Right.
And if I get this gig, bro, it's literally 5 minutes away from the house.
That's true.
7 with traffic.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm just like, man. And I say, man, again. If that happens, that'll be lovely. I can literally say I gotta be at work at 9, sleep till like 8:20. Then be like, let me get up and get ready, and literally leave at 8:50 because it's inside of St. Joe Hospital. And like I said, you know where my house is.
yeah,
That's literally like a 5 minute drive.
bro, I wouldn't know what to do if I slept that late.
I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be at work that late. But then also at the same time, I'm like, if that happens, I'm about because I'm been looking. I think one thing I'm about to start doing, I'm about to get a bike and start riding. I will ride that bike to work,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
man. Yeah, so it's gonna be it's lot of things going on. You know, I stay prayerful. Last week was kind of rough mental week or whatever. It was like back to back denials. But you know, I talked to you about it. You know, you gave me that good kick in the ass to get me back focused, which I appreciate always. You know, just shit just be frustrating at times.
It
Um,
does, but you know, you will get through because that's it happens to us all. And when you have that down week, that means that next week's gonna be that up week. So you just got to look
yeah.
forward to it.
Okay, so I guess that's it. So, uh, oh, daughter got one more day of summer school. And we're done. You know, fingers crossed. We'll have to get that over with. She got her grade to A minus, so I'm proud of her. It's just,
Nice.
man, it's this whole virtual stuff is just crazy. But you know, that's what it's about to be. So we got to get used to
Well, I'll
it.
find out about my kids' classes sometime between tonight and before we do the next show. So um, it's going to be interesting.
Exactly. All right, well, that closes me out. So let me go and do my usual. You know, I'll let you do yours and then I'll do mine. You know, we do it.
All right, yeah, let me go first. As always, everybody, stay positive, stay blessed, and we will see you again next week.
All right. Like he said, next week we'll holler at you. Coming from a future fantasy football champ. Fuck you, Ben. I'll holler at your boy, but don't yell.
Later, Ben. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.